have you heard of Google Glass? They're glasses that act like a computer, and now they're going to be in an ER at a local hospital. We'll be talking about the pros and the cons right after the break. Keep it right here. Local doctors literally have their eyes on some cutting-edge technology to access patient information, but could it be too much information? Doctors at Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center are among some of the first to test out using Google Glass in the ER. So let's bring an identity theft expert and McAfee consultant, Robert Siciliano, to talk a little bit about these implications. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Bonnie.
Okay, so first of all, let's remind people in a sentence, in a nutshell, how Google Glass works.
So it is a eyewear that is a computer, and it gives the user access to the internet by voice commands, and it can also record video as well.
And doctors say this gives them instant hands-free access to patient records. It displays alerts about their condition, and it even helps with the spread of germs because they don't have to touch anything. But what about privacy concerns?
Well, the issue here is that you have a device that is essentially unproven, meaning it's still in beta. Beta generally means it hasn't been released, worldwide or to the public for that matter. And when it's not, when hundreds of thousands of people don't have it in their hands, you really don't know what the flaws or vulnerabilities might be.
Well, they say they have taken some steps to make sure that the Google Glass is protected by the same firewalls that a hospital would use for their laptops and their computer system on a whole. But you're saying they don't know if that would actually work?
Well, so right now, I'm sure they have their ducks in a row. They have security systems in place and so forth. But there's always flaws, there's always vulnerabilities that you only discover when you actually discover them, and you just hope that there aren't any kinks in the chain.
Yeah, they've also said that they can activate patients' information by actually scanning codes, barcodes essentially, in the patient's room. And you said this is eyewear, they're glasses. So what if somebody were to take a pair and walk off with them? Could they scan it and find out everything about somebody in a hospital room?
Well, this is one more wireless device, one more handheld wireless device, one that is actually about $1,500. So there is some significant value here. And if they don't have any systems in place that deactivate the device as it leaves the facility, that certainly could pose a problem. One hopes that when it leaves the barcoded area, that in fact that's what it does, is it deactivates that data communication.
Yeah, that would certainly ease some nerves there. A couple doctors, 4 doctors at Beth Israel, they've been using the glasses. They've been trying them out pretty regularly, and they give examples of how it's helped them. They said one patient couldn't remember allergies or what medications they were on in surgery, so they had their records right there that they needed. They didn't even have to walk away to a computer, and they could also take videos of the procedures as well. So with that in mind, it seems like it would be a good idea, but when it comes to the video elements, does that raise any concerns for you?
As long as it's in a controlled environment, such as a hospital, and the patient is well aware that they're being recorded, and generally my feeling is that they would let a patient know that there are HIPAA regulations, Healthcare Portability Act and so forth, that prohibit doctors from sharing patient information outside of the hospital and so forth.
Right.
As long as they're following all the rules and regs that are currently in place and they apply it to this new technology, things should be fine.
Now, you say a controlled environment like a hospital, but it makes you think about if and when these things do become widely used. A San Francisco bar is actually banning the Google Glass from being used because they say that it could be used to actually record their customers, and they don't want that. Have you heard any complaints about that?
Yeah, there's already a little bit of hysteria going on regarding Google Glass being banned in a number of different venues. Gyms, in a locker room and such. The fact that you can actually wear eyewear that can record all movements is a bit alarming. That type of technology is available in spy shops, and then for it to be available publicly for anybody to buy or anybody to wear, and a lot of people have it, you're going to see life being played out and a lot of incidents being recorded that we may not have had access to before.
I know. I mean, I think about, I don't want anybody just taking video of me when I'm not expecting it out on the street, but if I'm in surgery and a doctor can get my information faster, I feel like I'd be all for the use. I don't know. You have to weigh it out. In your opinion, do the pros outweigh the cons or no?
For Google Glass in a hospital setting, I do believe that the pros definitely outweigh the cons. As long as proper procedures and protocols and systems are in place, I think that this actually will end up being a really good thing for the medical community and for their patients.
All right, we'll have to see how it works over at Beth Israel. Identity theft expert and McAfee consultant Robert Siciliano, thank you.
Thank you.